It's time for high school softball on KDAO. Tonight's game is brought to you by GNB Bank, Minerva Valley Companies, Marshalltown Community College, Central State Bank, Partner Communications, J&T Plumbing and Heating. Now, high school softball on KDAO.
Welcome in, everybody, here to 92.9 FM and KDAO.com. We are also streaming live here on YouTube for the first time with us here on Radio On the Go Sports. So welcome in, everybody, tuning in to West Marshall Baseball here tonight. They are hosting here from State Center, taking on the Roland Story Norsemen, as we are also going to be streaming live West Marshall Baseball. Chuck Carpenter has that just roughly across the street or so, just about 2 minutes here from the West Marshall High School. So that is going to be streaming live at the same time, so there could potentially be some baseball fans tuning in over here to softball and vice versa. So West Marshall all over the place tonight here on this Wednesday evening. Sun should be out for most of the game here tonight, probably around the 6th or 7th inning or so. We may have some sunshine go away potentially towards the end of this matchup, but should be a great contest here tonight. It is a Heart of Iowa Conference matchup. Both Roland Story and West Marshall, very good records coming into this matchup. 6-2 for West Marshall. Roland Story at 4-1. West Marshall undefeated in the Heart of Iowa Conference. I believe at a 5-1 conference record so far. And Roland Story not too far behind with just a 3-1 conference record. Grandview Christian sits at top of the Heart of Iowa Conference, so this would be number 2 and 3 in the Heart of Iowa Conference standings. And Grandview Christian is the lone loss to Roland Story, I believe the first matchup of the year for the Norsemen. As I was mentioning, Heart of Iowa West Marshall comes into this contest at 6-2. We will have plenty of other West Marshall baseball and softball matchups for you along the way. Remember to check out our schedule on our website at KDAO.com. You can check that out anytime and see all the potential matches we'll have for West Marshall and all the other local area schools that we follow throughout the season. Soccer's just about over for us here at KDAO. Remember, GCGR girls will be playing tomorrow on Thursday in their regional final, as they were able to upset Colfax Mingo last night on Tuesday. So we'll have coverage of them going over to Iowa Falls to take on Iowa Falls Alden if GCGR does win tomorrow and that regional final. We will be continuing soccer into next week over in Ames at the state tournament. So best of luck to Grundy Center Gladbrook Rhinebeck as they compete in the regional final tomorrow night. We will take a short break. When we come back, we'll look at the starting lineups and get you set for this West Marshall versus Roland Story softball game here tonight from State Center. Back after this here on 92.9 FM and KDAO.com.
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GNB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
In Zeering, McCallsburg, St. Anthony, Clemens, and the surrounding rural areas, Minerva Valley Companies is your local provider for internet service, local and long-distance telephone, and digital video, all available from one local provider. At Minerva Valley, they offer fiber to the home, high-speed internet, telephone service, and digital video TV. You pick the programming package, and Minerva Valley will give you great service. See why Minerva Valley should be your source for entertainment and internet. Log on to minervavalley.com. Minerva Valley Companies, providing voice, video, and data.
Welcome back, everybody, here to State Center. We are set for West Marshall softball tonight as they will be hosting Roland Story, a nice rivalry matchup here tonight in the Heart of Iowa Conference. Both teams are have had a great start to the season at 2-3. West Marshall at 2 and Roland Story at 3 in the Heart of Iowa Conference standings. Taking a look at the batting order and starting lineups tonight. We'll start with Roland Story as they are the away visitors tonight. Batting first tonight will be number 14 center fielder Evelyn Carlson. Batting second will be shortstop number 13, junior Brooklyn Jondi. Batting third will be second baseman number 11, senior Keely Oberrender. Batting fourth will be the designated player number 22, junior Miley Gelsey. Batting fifth will be right fielder number 7, sophomore Lauren Krabs. Batting sixth will be first baseman number 12, senior Maddie Berggren. Batting seventh will be left fielder number 1, freshman Cece Doyle. Batting 8th will be the catcher, the 8th grader, number 30, Claire Krausman. And batting 9th will be third baseman, number 10, junior, Mackenzie Peterson. At the flex spot tonight will actually be the pitcher, number 19, pitching tonight, junior Addison Schmitz. For West Marshall, their batting order and starting lineup tonight. Batting first should be left fielder number 22, Haiti McCollum. She is a freshman. Batting second will be shortstop number 1, senior Rachel Randall. Batting third will be second baseman number 2, junior Jenna Randall. Batting fourth will be first baseman number 9, freshman Kaylin Brown. Batting fifth will be the pitcher tonight, number 20, Aubrey Greenway. She is a junior. Batting sixth will be center fielder number 14, freshman Ashton Blood. Batting seventh will be the catcher tonight, number 3, senior Riley Randall. Batting eighth will be third baseman, number 4, junior Olivia Randall. And batting ninth will be the right fielder, number 11, freshman Elena Frederick. West Marshall comes into this contest at 6-2, undefeated so far in Heart of Iowa Conference play. They're head coached by Jake Randall. Roland Story, a record of 4-1. Heart of Iowa Conference, just the one loss on the conference record, and head coach by Amber Doyle. It's been an early start, obviously, to the baseball and softball season, but West Marshall off to a great start. Come into this contest, I believe, ranked 10th here as far as their rankings go in 2A, I believe, as West Marshall looks to kind of continue that hot streak. A tough contest tonight against Roland Story. A lot of really good batting averages, too. We'll get to that, of course, once we get to the hitting for West Marshall, but lots of batting averages in the 400s and 500s so far on the season. We'll take another quick break. When we come back, we'll get this matchup started. Back after this here on 92.9 FM and KDAO.com.
You've got goals. You need a plan. Don't waste time or money. At Marshalltown Community College, you get the power to choose. Transfer to a 4-year university or step straight into a career in healthcare or trades. Small classes, caring faculty, real-world experience. Marshalltown Community College. Your future starts now.
My family grew up with Central State Bank. From my first savings account to our first mortgage, growing a business, and planning for retirement. They've been with us through it all. And just like family, they call you by name. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you.
Hi, this is Chris from Partner Communications. Did you know we now offer electrical services? Whether you're looking to change out a few lights within the home or wiring a whole new house, Partner can get it done. Master electrician Jeff Campbell will come to your home and provide you with a free estimate. Residential, agricultural, or commercial, let our courteous professional technicians complete your electrical projects. Call our office today, 641-498-7701.
J&T Plumbing and Heating in Hubbard has served Hardin, Hamilton, and Story counties for over 40 years. With that kind of experience, J&T has the knowledge, technology, and equipment to fix any problem you have and fix it right the first time. Plus, they do it at an affordable price. J&T's professional staff's priority is outstanding service and taking care of their customers' home. That's why the next time you have a need for plumbing, heating, or drain and sewer services, one call does it all. J&T Plumbing and Heating in Hubbard. Online at jntplumbing.com. Is owned and operated by Wink Services.
Welcome back, everybody, here to 92.9 FM and KDAO.com. Bringing you some West Marshall softball tonight. Just as another final quick reminder that West Marshall baseball will also be streaming live here on KDAO.com. Chuck Carpenter also here in State Center as they are going on simultaneously tonight. So we may have some West Marshall baseball fans kind of checking in from time to time or listening to it on their earphones or just kind of checking in on how softball's doing tonight. So we'll make sure to keep you up to date, of course. And we'll try to get some info on that baseball matchup if you're tuning in here to West Marshall softball here tonight. But a good start for West Marshall softball on the year as they're getting warmed up. Roland Story will be batting first, of course, as the visitors tonight. Roland Story's batting order due up to start off and lead off tonight is Evelyn Carlson, the center fielder, number 14 freshman. She has a batting average of .467 so far on the season. And then due up is Brooklyn Jondi and Keely Oberreeder will be up due up on the batting order at 1, 2, and 3 to start off this first inning for Roland Story. A good start for Roland Story as well. Played a few less games on the season so far, but of course baseball and softball it usually always rounds out at the end of the year and typically play lots of games in a very short amount of time. No different here at KDAO. We've had plenty of baseball and softball for you already on the season. Remember, you can check out the schedule anytime on our website, kdao.com, to see all of the matches we have planned for you for West Marshall and all of our other local area teams throughout this season as we progress through the summer. So Evelyn Carlson up to bat, the center fielder tonight. 467, just a freshman for Roland Story, but a good start to the season so far for the Norsemen. His first pitch is off foul and back behind the Roland Story dugout for an 0-1 count. Pitching tonight is Aubrey Greenway. Aubrey Greenway, a batting average against of .232 so far in the season, and an ERA of .208. Evelyn Carlson initially showing that bunt at the start, and then pulls back and swings, and often foul back behind home plate. So quick 0-2 count. Just getting underway here from State Center as it's an 0-2 count. 0-0 as Evelyn Carlson leading off here in the first inning. Pitch on the way. Carlson tries to bang that down the third baseline, but goes foul. Count stays at 0-2. Aubrey Greenway, really good pitcher for West Marshall so far on the year. Greenway, I believe, just a junior for West Marshall, but has done a great job so far. Started most, if not all, of the matchups. There's just kind of a few stats left out, but for the most part, she's been at the mound, and that's a nice smack down the third baseline in between the shortstop, third baseman, and a base hit for Roland Story's Evelyn Carlson, and a leadoff single for the Norsemen. Good at-bat there for Carlson. Stayed in the at-bat at the 0-2. Able to get another pitch and beautifully struck right in between the third baseman and shortstop. As Roland Story down with a runner on first, this will be Brooklyn Jondi, the shortstop. She'll show bunt. She'll lay it right down in front of her. Pitcher comes to it. Greenway throws over to first, and she'll get the out. And runner's going to get caught in between third and second. They're going to play a little bit of keep away, and now the runner trying to get safe, and she's going to be out. And a little bit greedy that time from Roland Story of Evelyn Carlson, as Jondi does get thrown out at first, but Carlson gets caught trying to turn that advancement over to third, and she'll get tagged out. So a quick 2 outs after the leadoff single. It'll bring Keely Oberreiter, the second baseman for Roland Story.
Batting for the North, second baseman number 11, Keely Oberender.
First pitch is in the zone for strike one. Keely Oberender is a senior. Apologies, I did write down the end. I thought it was an A for some reason. So excuse my handwriting sometimes. So this is Keely Oberender, the second baseman. .462 batting average for Keely. Wearing the number 11 tonight. Pitch goes outside for ball on the 0-2 count. Good eye there from Oberender, and a 1-2 count now. It was the leadoff single, and then Carlson got caught stealing after the laid down bunt. Kind of a sacrifice from Brooklyn, trying to advance the runner over to second, trying to get greedy to third, and there's a strikeout from Aubrey Greenway as Oberender got caught looking. So the single, ground out, and a strikeout, and Carlson got caught stealing will turn this inning into no runs off the one hit, no errors, and nobody left on. As West Marshall will have their first hitting tonight here in the bottom of the first. It'll bring up Haiti McCollum. Could be Hattie. I'll wait kind of the PA announcer. Sometimes that helps me out a little bit. But McCollum, a great start on the year. .591 batting average. Just to kind of put it in perspective, she has 4 at-bats tonight. She records 2 hits. She'd be batting .500. That would be below her average here early in the season. Obviously, it kind of rounds out as the season goes along, but a hot start for Hattie McCollum. She's just a freshman here for West Marshall. She'll be playing at left field tonight, but a big reason she's in the leadoff position. Very prone to get on base, and due up will be Rachel Randall and Jenna Randall. And yes, you will be hearing a lot of Randalls tonight. You have Rachel Randall, Jenna Randall, Riley Randall, and Olivia Randall all in the starting lineups tonight. So 4 out of the 9 starting lineups for West Marshall at the last name Randalls. Could all be related, could all not be. I assume some relation of some sort. Don't have confirmation on that, but just to kind of let you know, no, it is not a accident or typo. I'm not repeating myself. Lots of Randalls in the starting lineup for the Trojans of West Marshall. Pitching tonight is Addison Schmitz. Schmitz will not be on the batting order tonight for Roland Story as she's in the flex spot. But she is the pitcher tonight, and I believe this might be her first pitching experience of the season, as according to Bound and some of the other stats I've seen, she doesn't really have any recorded stats for pitching or hitting, as she could have been kind of left out of the start of the year. So this kind of may be her returning game to the lineup. And at the pitching spot tonight is a quick 1-1 count, as that one's in the zone. So no real stats to go off of for Anderson Smits in this early season so far. But Hattie McCollum in the box. Left-handed hitter. She'll knock this down in between the third base and shortstop and down the third base line and record a leadoff single. So McCollum continues her hot start to the season. She'll record a leadoff single. It'll bring up Rachel Randall.
The single brings up shortstop number 1, Rachel Randall.
Rachel Randall, .391 batting average so far on the season as a senior here for West Marshall. Wearing the number 1, has a runner on first. First one, swing and a miss for strike 1. It's going to be my first softball matchup of the season. Was able to broadcast some South Hardin baseball earlier this year. This one is tried to lay down bunt down the third base line, but goes off foul. Obviously, soccer's kind of been going on as we were following GCGR to the state tournament earlier this week. For the boys' side of things, GCGR girls soccer, remember, competes tomorrow. Don't forget to tune into that matchup tomorrow on Thursday as they make the trip over to Iowa Falls Holden, trying to get back to the state tournament. As this will be a pitch to up and high for ball 1, I believe. So make it a 1-2 count. Runner on first after the leadoff single from McCollum. 1-2 pitch is high again, and a good eye from Randall, and lays off for the 2-2 count. A little bit of time out of the box. Now back in. 2-2 pitch in the dirt and low. Steal attempt is going to be there. Sliding into second will be safe of Hattie McCollum as she successfully steals over to second and make it a full count as that pitch was in the dirt. So now a great spot here for West Marshall. No outs after the leadoff single. Steals successful. Full count. Full count pitch is going to be too high. And a good eye from Randall. And she'll walk on over to first. Steal ultimately doesn't necessarily matter in the long run in that sense. Obviously, you'll still get a recorded steal in the stat department, but with the walk, would have been on first and second anyways. But always a good idea to do it if you can, especially on that pitch. It was going to be a lot more useful to have the runner on second with a potential recorded hit, but ultimately, runners on first and second with no outs. Still a great spot here for West Marshall. First pitch down. Lays off for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. This is going to be a laid down bunt, and it's going to be up in the air, and the pitcher's going to catch it and going to keep the runners at first and second as the bunt from Jenna Randalls is going to end up being popped up. So Randall will be out. Runners will stay on first and second. This will bring up Kaylin Brown, the first baseman for West Marshall. First pitch is outside. Good cover from the catcher that time. Catching tonight for Roland Story is Claire Krausman. Just an 8th grader here for the Norsemen. So 1-0 pitch, and that one goes off the glove and off to the left side and advances runners over to second and third. So just a little bit out of the glove that time. So that sets up a great scoring opportunity now for West Marshall as that pitch is in the zone. As Brown laid off, makes it a 1-2 count, but runners on second and third with just the 1 out. 1-2 pitch is outside to the right as Brown lays off for a 2-2 count. Base runners are Hattie McCollum over on third, Rachel Randall over on second after the leadoff single and the walk. 2-2 pitch, heavy swing for strike three. Can't make contact. Nice pitch that time from Addison Smits, and she'll get her first strikeout of the night.
With 2 down, that brings up pitcher number
So that'll bring up Aubrey Greenway. She is the pitcher tonight. 522 batting average for Greenway. Is a junior. Wearing the number 20 tonight. Obviously a hot start to her season as well. 522 batting average. There's a heavy swing. Goes off foul for strike one. So similar scenario now with 2 outs. Sacrifice no longer in play, but runners on second and third. Still in prime scoring position here for West Marshall to try to get a nice start to this game. 0-1 pitch in the zone again. Greenway lays off for strike two. So it's off to a good start in this inning, and then the bunt kind of popped up in the air on an easy fly out for the pitcher, and then a strikeout. Brought the 2 down. This one popped way up in the air here in the infield. First baseman, it will be under it and has it for the out. And nicely done that time from the first baseman of Maddie Berggren. And that will record the third out. So that'll go down for no runs off the 1 hit on the leadoff single. No errors and 2 left on for West Marshall as we are still scoreless after the first inning. We'll take a short break. Back after this here on 92.9 FM and KDAO.com.
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GNB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
In Zeering, McCallsburg, St. Anthony, Clemens, and the surrounding rural areas, Minerva Valley Companies is your local provider for internet service, local and long-distance telephone, and digital video, all available from one local provider. At Minerva Valley, they offer fiber to the home, high-speed internet, telephone service, and digital video TV. You pick the programming package, and Minerva Valley will give you great service. See why Minerva Valley should be your source for entertainment and internet. Log on to minervavalley.com. Minerva Valley Companies, providing voice, video, and data.
Welcome back, everybody, here to 92.9 FM and KDAO.com. And a big thank you to the umpire here from State Center, and actually just kind of informed me that the pitcher tonight for Roland Story, Addison Schmitz, she initially I kind of had her. Okay, never mind. Well, I was going to tell you there might have been a starting lineup change, but I actually do have kind of what I had initially. So this is the designated player tonight of Miley Gelsey. Geis, actually. Well, that might be an I. See, I'm telling you, my handwriting, it's never been good. It's always been terrible since kindergarten. It's never improved. I've tried my best. I don't know how the people do it. I'll never figure it out. But this is Miley Geis for Roland Story. Is the DP tonight. Is a junior, 267, leading off here at the top of the second inning. First inning went scoreless. Both very similar in the bottom and top of the first inning. Both lead it off with singles, but initially kind of fizzled out after the leadoff single, so we remain scoreless after 1 inning. Quick 0-2 count. This one way too low and goes outside for ball. Make it a 1-2 count. Aubrey Greenway at the mound tonight for West Marshall. Greenway is a junior for West Marshall. Got a piece of that and thankfully did to keep the at-bat. This goes off and foul. Way back behind the plate. So 1-2 count, just leading off here at the top of the second. Greenway delivers. That'll be too high and an easy layoff that time for Geis. Make it a 2-2 count. Remember, as a quick reminder, West Marshall Baseball also streaming live here on KDAO.com. Chuck Carpenter just across the street or so. This pitch high and outside, trying to find that right corner. It's outside for ball 3. Say it's just about roughly a minute, maybe a minute or two away from here from West Marshall High School. It's a very short walking distance, but just across the street or so is Chuck Carpenter for West Marshall Baseball. Line drive down the third baseline. It was in the glove and then out, but she's able to recover and throw it over to first for the out. So Geis will be out at first. That's a tough one to judge because is it a line out or is it a ground out? You got to apologize for me not knowing because it's kind of both. We'll just say she was thrown out. How about that? So Geis thrown out at first as good play from the third baseman for West Marshall. That's Olivia Randall. Initially had it in the glove, but dropped it right in front of her, able to recover. But she was in the right spot, able to just stop that in her tracks, throw it over to first in time for the first recorded out. First pitch goes outside for ball 1 as this is Lauren Krabs. Krabs got a piece of that, back behind. You got to be careful here at West Marshall at the softball court. Some of these foul balls, there's quite a bit of distance and walking distance around here, back behind home plate, so everybody's well aware of that. Making sure everybody's safe. This one too low and outside for ball 2. So a 2-1 count. Krabs is the right fielder tonight. .417 batting average for Krabs to start the year. Good start for her so far this season. This one in the zone that time. Nice pitch there from Aubrey Greenway. They get a 2-2 count. As Krabs laid off that time. Greenway delivers. Krabs will pop this up. It's in foul territory. The left fielder will be able to get there and is under it for the out. And that is going to be a nice job from Hattie McCollum as she will be there in foul territory for the second out. So Krabs will fly out into foul territory. It'll bring up Maddie Berggren. Berggren is the first baseman. She's a senior wearing number 12 tonight. .333 batting average for Berggren on the year. So it's a quick 2 up and 2 down as Geis was thrown out at first and Krabs flies out. Greenway delivers. This one up too high for ball 1. One count delivery and a slice at that one, and then off of the press box in foul territory. Makes it a 1-2 count. Greenway will reset. Good start for her so far in this game tonight. Just the one leadoff hit, swing and a miss that time. A great delivery from Greenway, and will strike out Berggren. And that'll make it 3 up and 3 down for no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on in the second inning for Roland Story. As Geis was thrown out, Krabs flies out, and Berggren strikes out for a quick 3 up and 3 down. It'll bring up West Marshall at the bottom of the second. Their batting order will be 6, 7, and 8 for due up. It'll bring up Ashton Blood, Riley Randall, and Olivia Randall will get their guaranteed at-bats. Ashton Blood is the center fielder, batting average of .350. Just a freshman for West Marshall, wearing number 14. She'll lead off here at the bottom of the second. I'll give you a big thank you to our sponsors here tonight to bring you this broadcast possible of G&B Bank, Minerva Valley Companies, Marshalltown Community College, Central State Bank, Partner Communications, and J&T Plumbing and Heating. Remember, we have lots of baseball and softball for you along the way here in the early summertime. Remember, our next softball matchup will be tomorrow. On a Thursday, we'll have East Marshall softball for you. They'll be hosting AGWSR. Then on Friday, we'll have South Hardin baseball. They'll be taking on Ogden, and then we got plenty of baseball and softball for you throughout the following weeks, all throughout the month of June into July, of course, until we get to postseason. We go kind of just bleeding into July, kind of that first week of July, and then postseason is pretty much right after that on the baseball and softball season. So make sure to check out our entire schedule. It's always posted on our website at kdao.com. First pitch was struck right down the center, just skimming past that second base of Ashton Blood. She's able to get a leadoff single. And a good recognition there from Blood, taking a hard swing, striking it right past the pitcher of Schmitz, recording the first hit for her first AB. It'll bring up Riley Randall. Riley Randall, the catcher tonight, is a senior wearing number 3. She shows bunt. She lays off, and Blood will go on the base run, and she slides in and will be recorded safe on the steal attempt. She goes face first, dirt all over the uniform. Parents' worst nightmare to do the laundry on those slide attempts, but she is recorded safe. So steal is successful. It'll have the runner on second. It will show bunt, and it'll go off foul as it was hit back behind home plate, not into fair territory. So Riley Randall showing bunt again, trying to advance Blood over to third base if she can. Just trying to put girls in scoring position here, obviously early in this matchup. Shows bunt again, went a little bit high and thankfully backed off. And a good reaction there from Randall, as that was too high and for ball 2. She quickly pulls away. That'll make it a 2-1 count. Runner on second after the leadoff single of Blood and a successful steal over to second. This pitch too low, and Randall lays off for ball 3. So a 3-1 count. Schmitz back in, trying to kind of salvage this at-bat. This one will be too high, and Randall lays off again, and she'll walk on over to first. So Riley Randall will record the walk. With runners on first and second, it'll bring up Olivia Randall. We will have a pinch runner for West Marshall. We'll get a number for you here quickly as soon as we can.
Third baseman number 4, Olivia Randall.
So Olivia Randall will be next up. Olivia Randall, 118 batting average so far on the season, is a junior wearing number 4. She'll show bunt. She'll lay it down. First baseman will come up, and the cover is there, and it'll get thrown out. So Olivia Randall does her job. She advances runners over to second and third on the sacrifice bunt. So the sac bunt will advance the base runners.
Up next for the Trojans, right fielder number
It'll bring
11,
up Elena Frederick.
Frederick.
Well, again, trying to get a number for you on that base runner. Wasn't able to kind of catch her number. Sometimes those ponytails in the back can kind of block off the numbers from time to time, and it's hard to tell. Looks like actually, okay, I think I got it. It looks like 13 for West Marshall. So we'll get a name for you here real quick. As that pitch is outside for ball 1. So it looks like Samantha Sorsen is the base runner. She's just an 8th grader here for West Marshall. So she'll be base running on second. And Ashton Blood still over on third. 1-1 pitch. That one too high and lays off is Frederick. Frederick is 9th in the batting order, so we will be going back up to the top with Hattie McCollum with the next at-bat, depending on how this AB goes. That one in the middle for strike 2. Remember, just the one out on runners in second and third. Sacrifice still in play. Count is 2-2. Schmitz takes her time, trying to salvage this at-bat in this inning. Swing and a miss from Frederick. And another strikeout for Addison Schmitz, her second one of the night, and a big one, as this will bring up Hattie McCollum for her second at-bat in this game tonight. McCollum had the leadoff single at the beginning of this game in the bottom of the first. as this is a swing and a miss, I believe, for strike one. So McCollum is first in the batting order, her second at-bat tonight. Huge batting average so far this year, .591. And she's in a prime spot to send some runners home at second and third. McCollum will take that pitch as it's too high for ball one. Schmitz takes her time. She delivers. This is outside to the left for ball two. Big at bat here for West Marshall. Another good start to the inning with the single and walk, and then the sacrifice, and then now a strikeout. That's kind of the risk you take with a sacrifice bunt like that. You do advance base runners, but it does give yourself a recorded out. And now you're in the position you are now with now 2 outs. Runners on second and third, but no room for sacrifice. Have to get on base. 2-2 pitch is struck off and foul off the West Marshall dugout. Keeps the count at 2-2. Twos across the board here. 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 outs in the second inning, with 2 runners on base. Delivers again, that one too high, and a good layoff from McCollum as it'll make it a full count. So that'll be a full count. Full count delivery, and again, that's too high for ball 4. Good eye there from McCollum. Not the worst thing in the world if you're Schmitz. Does provide a force out on every base, but it does load the bases up for Rachel Randall as McCollum will walk over to first. It brings up Randall. She walked in her first at-bat. And Randall doesn't have a sacrifice in play, has bases loaded. She's got a .391 batting average on the year. Rachel Randall is the shortstop. So they'll take a quick kind of timeout. Roland Storywell discuss some strategy. Taking a look at Randall's stats on the year, she does have a number of doubles. She has 4 recorded doubles on the year, 5 singles, so she is capable of hitting extra bases. Even a single here would do just fine for West Marshall to get a run home with bases loaded. This one is going to be knocked over into right field and will drop. That will record the run. That will try to send 2 runs home. Slides in, and Randall will go ahead and go over to second as well. So that'll be a recorded single. And a fielder's choice will send her over to second. And Randall gets a 2 RBI single. And what a big at-bat for Rachel Randall, the shortstop. Sends 2 runs home, and she gets over to second as well. And that'll quickly bring up Jenna Randall. She ended up popping up her bunt last time. This first pitch is going to be driven over to right field, and that is gone. That is a home run for Jenna Randall. And we'll check the stats real quick. That might be her first home run of the season. As Jenna Randall, according to my stats, yes, that should be her first recorded home run of the season so far, and that is a 3-run homer for West Marshall. Well, how about that for West Marshall? A quick start in the inning with a leadoff single, the walk, sacrifice bunt, then a strikeout, and then a walk loaded up the bases. Sending home 2 runs was Rachel Randall on the 2 RBI single, and then a 3-run homer from Jenna Randall makes this a 5-0 game. Scoreboard had 4 runs initially, but they were able to quickly fix it. So it is a 5-0 game. West Marshall on top here. In the bottom of the second, a 3-run homer from Jenna Randall as this pitch is popped up to shallow right field as the second baseman comes over, makes the catch for Kaylin Brown as she will fly out into shallow right field. And what a great inning for West Marshall. A 2 RBI single from Rachel Randall and then a 3-run homer from Jenna Randall makes this a 5-0 game after 2 innings. We'll take a quick break. Back after this here on 92.9 FM and KDAO.com.
You've got goals. You need a plan. Don't waste time or money. At Marshalltown Community College, you get the power to choose. Transfer to a 4-year university or step straight into a career in healthcare or trades. Small classes, caring faculty, real-world experience. Marshalltown Community College. Your future starts now.
My family grew up with Central State Bank. From my first savings account to our first mortgage, growing a business, and planning for retirement. They've been with us through it all. And just like family, they call you by name. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you.
Welcome back, everybody, here to 92.9 FM and KDAO.com. It's a 5-0 ball game. West Marshall scoring all 5 of those runs in that bottom of the second inning. And that bottom of the second, by the way, went, of course, for the 5 runs, as I mentioned. You had the 3 recorded hits after the leadoff single of Ashton Blood, the 2 RBI single of Rachel Randall, and the 3-run homer of Jenna Randall. No errors in that inning, and nobody left on after the home run sent everybody home, making it a 5-0 ball game after 2 innings. So some work to do for Roland Story at the top of the third. They will lead off. They'll go 7, 8, 9 in the batting order. They'll have Cece Doyle lead off for the Norsemen. Good game so far from Aubrey Greenway. Just the one given up hit at the first at-bat by Evelyn Carlson on the leadoff single. Doyle's first at-bat of the night, of course. And this one's going to be popped up in the infield, and an easy come up for the shortstop of West Marshall, and will make the catch for the first recorded out. Rachel Randall making the play. So the infield fly out for Cece Doyle brings up Claire Krausman. Krausman, just a 8th grader for Roland Story, is the catcher tonight. .357 batting average so far on the season. This one is going to be smacked over into right field. Right fielder will be there, backing up, and has it. Makes the catch a little awkwardly, but makes the grab for West Marshall, and that's right fielder Elena Frederick making the play. A good attempt there from Claire Krausman. Smacking it over into right field, but ultimately flies out. That'll bring up Mackenzie Peterson, the third baseman. No recorded hits for her so far in the year. Hasn't played a lot of games, though, here early in the season. So looking for her first recorded hit of the year so far. A heavy swing that time. Miss for strike 1. You can definitely tell it's baseball, softball season when you're starting to smell bug spray everywhere going outside. That's a common smell. As this is a foul tip back behind home plate for strike 2. Bug spray and sunscreen, usually the 2 common smells you'll have around the softball and baseball fields here in the summertime. Not technically summer yet. Not until, what was it, like June 20th, something around that range, but it is feeling like early summer. There's a nice pitch there from Greenway for the 3rd strike and another strikeout. She's had 1 strikeout in every inning and has always been the closing out in all 3 innings as Greenway continues her nice night tonight with just the 1 recorded hit at the top of the first. So that goes for no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. The infield fly out to right field, and the strikeout will bring up West Marshall here at the bottom of the 3rd. It will be Greenway leading off here in the 3rd inning. They'll go 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order with Greenway, Ashton Blood, and Riley Randall will have their guaranteed at-bats here in the 3rd inning. It was initially a good start for Roland Story, obviously. Kind of kept West Marshall at bay, but that 2nd inning, able to do some work. Had the leadoff single by Blood, able to have Riley Randall record a walk, sacrifice bunt, advance runners over to 2nd and 3rd. Roland Story bounced back with a strikeout against Frederick, but then walked McCollum, loaded up the bases, and brought up Rachel Randall. She was able to smack a ball over to right field and shallow right field and was able to send 2 runners home on a 2 RBI single. She was able to advance over to 2nd off a fielder's choice. And then Jenna Randall had runners on 2nd and 3rd, but she was able to smack this one outside the fence and record a 3-run homer in the 2nd inning, making it a 5-0 ball game with West Marshall on top. First pitch by Greenway is tipped and fouled back behind the Roland Story dugout. as it just got a piece of it. So an 0-1 count. Greenway's first at bat, she had the infield flyout and her first AB in the first inning. So her second chance at bat tonight. Reaches for that one, got just a piece of it, but goes back behind foul for strike 2. Greenway, a good start to the year so far as well. .522 batting average for Greenway on the year. 0-2 count. Greenway will smack this into left and right or center field and will knock down a single and try to turn this into a double, and she'll get there in time, and that will be a recorded double for Aubrey Greenway. So great at-bat that time, was down early in that count, but just kind of kept swinging. And Greenway's able to smack it into left and center field, right in between, and record the double. We will have a pinch runner for Greenway. This is Evelyn Clark, the freshman for West Marshall. Typically a lot of base runners are younger classmen that don't necessarily sometimes get the chance to bat, obviously, as the younger class, but obviously with their youth they have some quickness and speed, and they do a great job at the base running aspect of the game. So Evelyn Clark will be over at second base. This first pitch laid off from Blood. I believe this is Blood, right? Yeah, Ashton Blood. As it goes for strike 1. Blood had the recorded single, the leadoff single in the second inning for West Marshall, so she'll look to continue her good night so far here early. Blood knocks a line drive down third base, but goes off foul. Hard hit that time from Blood. She's got a .350 batting average to start this year. Just a freshman here for West Marshall. It's looked good so far tonight at the plate. So an 0-2 count after letting one go by and the foul ball down the third baseline. 0-2 count, takes another swing at it, reaches for it, gets into the dirt. This will be a line drive over to third, and a mistake from the first baseman, and sends the runner home, slides in, and safe, and great base running that time from Evelyn Clark, as we just mentioned, as the pinch runner. And that will be a run home for West Marshall. As remember, that's Evelyn Clark on the base running, as she'll get home after the infield error from Roland Story. So Blood will reach on the air, and then she will advance over to second as well, as they were attempting to throw out Clark running home. So this will bring up Riley Randall. First pitch did find the zone for strike 1. This one way too high for ball 1. So Blood will be the runner over on second after she reached on the air. One pitch is in the dirt. Blood will run over to third. Attempt to be thrown out, will not be there in time, and Blood successfully will steal over to third. So prime scoring position here for West Marshall. It is a 6-0 lead, as Clark successfully came home after the infield error of Roland Story that Blood was able to put in play. Riley Randall will let this one go. We always have to say the first name of all the Randalls here in the starting lineup. 4 in total for West Marshall. 2-2 count. Lets this one go for ball 3. So runner in prime scoring position, no outs. So sacrifice well in play with the runner on third. This is a heavy swing on a full count and can't make contact for strike 3, as Schmitz will get her third strikeout of the night. This will bring Olivia Randall up. Randall had the sacrifice bunt, able to put runners in scoring position last inning. This will be too low as Randall lays off for ball one. Olivia Randall is the third baseman. 118 batting average for Randall so far. Just a junior here for West Marshall as a runner in prime scoring position on third base. Heavy swing that time. Throws back to third, trying to catch Blood off base, but she'll get back and be safe as it is a 1-1 count. So just the one recorded out. Still some chances here for West Marshall. They'll lay down the bunt, and it will get the base runner home of Blood, and she will get thrown out at first, but the sacrifice bunt successful. So that's been her 2 at-bats tonight, but this time we'll record an RBI on this sacrifice bunt.
The sacrifice brings up right fielder number 11, Elena Frederick.
So that will score the run. It will make it 7-0 here, as this will bring up Elena Frederick. So no runners on base this time after the sacrifice successful from Olivia Randall. Sends Ashton Blood home on the RBI. 7-0 start here for West Marshall. Lays off the first pitch, or second pitch, excuse me, and it is outside. Or no, yeah, it was the first pitch. Scoreboard was kind of readjusting there. It is a 1-0 count. 1-0 count finds the zone as Frederick lays off for strike one. Katie McCollum's on deck, so go back up to the starting order as it's 2 recorded outs. So Frederick seeing if she can keep this inning going. 1-1 count off a foul tip, and it goes for strike 2. Score 7-0 here at the bottom of the third. It's another good inning here for West Marshall. 2 recorded runs so far after a 5-run inning in that second. This one way off and foul, back behind home plate. Keeps the count at 1-2. Frederick's had a good start to the year as well with a .350 batting average. She's over at right field tonight. It's a freshman here for West Marshall. She struck out in her last at-bat. She'll drive this one down the third baseline, and it got up and over the glove, and it'll most likely go down as a recorded error. You always have to keep in mind this is off of kind of my judgment, and I am definitely not the best man of judgment sometimes for baseball and softball. That's the only thing I'm going to say for that. But it is just kind of off my eyeball, not the official score or official recorded stats. So if you don't agree with an error call or something among those lines, you can kind of keep that with a grain of salt. These aren't the official stats. It's just what I have recorded for you. Here's a laid down bunt. It goes past the third baseline and goes off foul. But it will be a kind of a recorded error. Sometimes they do have some equipment on the scoreboards that will show if it's an error or not. They do, unfortunately, do not have that here at West Marshall. So it is up to me as Frederick reaches over to first off an error from the third baseman. McCollum's up to bat now. She has the runner on first, and this one will get strung over past the third baseline and foul. So back to the top of the order with McCollum. She had the leadoff single in the first inning and walked in the second. So she's had a good start to her day so far. With her third at-bat, she'll have another contact down the third baseline, and this one on the ground and foul. Just trying to see if West Marshall can keep this inning going. It's already been a hot start to this game so far. 7-0 here in the third inning. See if we can potentially get a score update for you for West Marshall baseball going on just kind of across the street. Remember, that's also streaming live here at KDAO.com. This pitch is going to be low past the corner for ball one. I have to apologize about kind of my allergies as well. They always tend to come up here around baseball and softball season, here in the outdoors, obviously. I always kind of forget that I do have them, as I think probably most people do as well. There's a nice strike down the third baseline, but off foul. My allergies don't really pop up too much. They just kind of pop up around the summertime. I'm also kind of allergic to cats, but they're only specific ones. Thankfully, the cat I have at home, I am not allergic to her for whatever reason, but as soon as I get into the room with another cat I am, it is quick work, I will say that. There's a good layoff from McCollum. Throw over to second, trying to get the out. Will not be there in time. Wasn't really anybody there covering second, just trying to kind of quickly get back in time. See if they can kind of catch him off guard, but steal will be successful over to second base, as Frederick is the one still base running, I believe. So McCollum has the 2-2 count, now with a runner on second in scoring position. McCollum will be heavy and lays off. Look to definitely take a big swing at that one, but laid off in time as it goes high for ball 3. So that'll make it a full count. It's been a big at-bat here for McCollum. Lots of foul balls keeping her in this at-bat. Full count, McCollum lays off, but that's in the zone for strike 3. A long at-bat that time for McCollum, but can't find any payment out of it. And she will strike out looking. As after 3 innings, the score is 7-0 as we had 2 runs in this inning alone. You had, I believe, just the double recorded from Aubrey Greenway. You had 2 reaches off errors. You had the sacrifice bunt on the RBI. So just the 1 recorded hit. You had 2 errors, which were pretty big in those runs here in this 3rd inning. And just the 1 left on, as it is 7-0 West Marshall. We'll go to the top of the 4th inning. Roland Story will lead off. Back at the top of the batting order, they'll have Evelyn Carlson, Bricky Jondi, and Keely Oberender. We'll be back after this here on 92.9 FM and KDAO.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Partner Communications. Did you know we now offer electrical services? Whether you're looking to change out a few lights within the home or wiring a whole new house, Partner can get it done. Master electrician Jeff Campbell will come to your home and provide you with a free estimate. Residential, agricultural, or commercial, let our courteous professional technicians complete your electrical projects. Call our office today, 641-498-7701.
J&T Plumbing and Heating in Hubbard has served Hardin, Hamilton, and Story counties for over 40 years. With that kind of experience, J&T has the knowledge, technology, and equipment to fix any problem you have and fix it right the first time. Plus, they do it at an affordable price. J&T's professional staff's priority is outstanding service and taking care of their customers' home. That's why the next time you have a need for plumbing, heating, or drain and sewer services, one call does it all. J&T Plumbing and Heating in Hubbard. Online at jntplumbing.com. Is owned and operated by Wink Services.
Welcome back, everybody, here to 92.9 FM and KDAO.com. Also streaming live here on YouTube as we are with Radio on the Go Sports. Live streaming here tonight. Remember, West Marshall Baseball currently going on as well. I believe the score is 4-1 in the 3rd inning as Chuck Carpenter's with you on the call for West Marshall Baseball. So both West Marshall teams leading here in their matchups here tonight. It is the top of the 4th inning. Roland Story, Evelyn Carlson leading off here. A quick 0-2 count. Laid off the pitch at that time for ball 1. Been a good day for Aubrey Greenway at the pitcher's mound for West Marshall. She's had 3 recorded strikeouts. They've all been the closeout out in all of those innings, the 3rd out anyway. And Evelyn will pop this one way up into left field and almost back behind the fence, but just short, and the left fielder is there and it makes the catch of Hattie McCollum. She'll make the play, and a good try there from Carlson, but she will fly out into deep left field. This will bring up Brooklyn Jondal. So that is not an I, that is an L. So this will bring up Brooklyn Jondal, the shortstop. She grounded out in her first at-bat. First pitch in the zone for strike 1. This is going to be fouled and tipped off back behind the home plate for strike 2. Jondal has a .250 batting average so far in the season. 0 for 1 tonight, trying to get her first recorded hit. Potentially get on base. Trying to start Roland Story off here in this 4th inning. This one will get chopped over to trying to get into right field, but goes off foul. Count will stay at 0-2. Count will get knocked down right to the pitcher. An easy scoop up and throw over to first in time as Greenway makes the play. Didn't get all of that strike from Jondal. as she will ground out over to first. It'll bring up Keely Oberender. Oberender striked out in the first inning in her first at-bat. Roland Story so far has not been able to get past the 3 guaranteed at-bats. They had a good start in that first inning. They had as Carlson was able to record the leadoff single, and then she was able to get over to second on kind of a sacrifice of sorts, but then got a little bit greedy on the run over to third and ended up getting thrown out. So that kind of halted their momentum in the first inning, and then the second inning, just nothing really going for them that time. Third inning, kind of same thing, just couldn't record any hits. Had some good strikes, but kind of pop flies, hits of sorts. Here in the fourth inning, trying to get something going after the fly out to left field and the ground out to the pitcher. Make it a 1-2 count. So Keely Oberender, the second baseman, a 1-2 count, 2 down. Pitch is way outside to the right for ball 2. As that pitch was outside for ball 3. This is now a full count. So a full count. This will be fouled and tipped back behind home plate. Keeps the count full, but keeps the at-bat of Oberender. So a full count pitch again, a swing and a miss that time, and Greenway again, the third out is her doing on the strikeouts. She has done that for all 4 innings tonight. And Greenway, again, continues her nice night at the pitcher's mound, making it difficult for Roland Story to get anything going. And no hits, no runs, and no errors, and nobody left on at the top of the fourth. We'll move to the bottom of the fourth. Wes Marshall will lead off with Rachel Randall. Jenna Randall will be on deck, and Kaylin Brown. They'll have their guaranteed at-bats at the bottom of the fourth inning. So far, so good for West Marshall, obviously on the 7-0 lead. A really good second inning, just to kind of recap, if you're potentially just now joining us or need a refresher. Second inning went very well on the leadoff single from Blood, then had the walk from Riley Randall, sacrifice bunt, put runners in scoring position at second and third from Olivia Randall. Elena Frederick ended up striking out, but then McCollum walked. She loaded up the bases, and Rachel Randall knocked down the 2 RBI single, and then a fielder's choice was able to move her over to second. So again, runners on second and third. And then Jenna Randall stepped up to the plate and knocked out the ball for a 3-run homer, as Jenna Randall able to make this a 5-0 ball game in the second inning. And then that was kind of it for that second inning, but a 5-run inning and just 2 at-bats from Rachel Randall and Jenna Randall, 2 RBI single and a 3-run homer. Quickly put this game in West Marshall's control. Third inning went very well as the double from Aubrey Greenway leaded things off, and then you had the reach-on error and then a strikeout sacrifice bunt. Was able to send home the run for Olivia Randall. She recorded the RBI. Then another error was able to, I believe, send home the run after that. I believe so, right? Yeah. I don't actually didn't fail to write that down, but I believe that was where the other run came in on the error, as Frederick was able to reach off an error as well. So that brought in the 2 runs. Bottom of the fourth here. Here is a line or pop-up to shallow, very shallow center field, and the shortstop comes over to make the catch as Rachel Randall pops this up and will be out, as that's Brooklyn Jondal making the play.
With 1 down, that brings up second baseman number 2, Jenna Randall.
That'll bring up Jenna Randall, as I was just saying, the 3-run homer from Randall in the second inning. She's had an excellent start to this game, obviously. Her first recorded home run of the season so far. That pitch into the dirt for ball 1. So I do believe, if Bound is kind of up to date and correct with their stats, that should be the first recorded home run of the season as a whole for West Marshall, not just for Randall. This one will get just a piece of that contact, but it is going to be enough to drop it back behind the shortstop into shallow center field, and a recorded hit for Jenna Randall. So Randall will continue her very nice night. She'll get herself on base with a single. This will bring up Kaylin Brown. Brown 0 for 2 tonight with the strikeout and flyout as she has the runner on first. She'll try to get her night going here in her third at-bat. First pitch lays off for ball 1. .450 batting average for Brown, so just a bit of a slow start here tonight. Obviously still here very early in the season. Her third at-bat, she'll look to get things going here in the 4th inning. 2-0 is now the count. Lays off that pitch as well. So 2-0 pitch. Addison Smits at the mound tonight, trying to salvage this at-bat and try to get Roland Story back on track, trying to keep West Marshall at bay and give her girls a chance at the plate to get things back up and going. This one was in the zone for strike 1, so make it a 2-1 pitch. Quickly back onto the mound. Here's a nice hit into center field. This will back up quite a bit. Center fielder will be there and makes the grab. Nice play in the outfield for Evelyn Carlson. So she'll make the grab. A nice play over in just off to a little bit to the right of center field. So Kaylin Brown will fly out into deep center field. Great strike, though, from Brown, trying to knock that one out. That'll bring up Aubrey Greenway. So Greenway is 1 for 2 tonight. She had the recorded double in her last at-bat. Has the runner on first of Jenna Randall. Randall will go ahead and go initially. Now she'll head back over to first. Umpire kind of steps out a little bit. Potentially trying to make the call if it was going to be there. So Greenway back into the batter's box on a 1-0 count. This one struck over to right field. Maybe a chance to make a play, but it's in foul territory and will drop for the first strike. So a 1-1 count. Blood is waiting in the wings, potentially to step up, as we do have 2 outs on a 1-1 count. Runner on first. Greenway will take that pitch. It's in the zone, though. Top shelf for strike 2. Randall's awaiting on first base, trying to get herself into more of a scoring position any way she can. On a 1-2 count. We'll see if Randall will take off this time. She will initially, but it is going to be a foul tip and then strike 3, as Greenway will strike out. And Schmitz gets her, I believe, 4th strikeout of the night. As a bit of a slower inning that time for West Marshall. No runs off the 1 recorded hit from Jenna Randall. No errors and 1 left on. Keeps it 7-0. West Marshall on top as we go into the top of the 5th inning. Roland Story will lead off with Miley Geese, Lauren Krabs, and Maddie Berggren will have their guaranteed at-bats in the top of the 5th inning. We'll take a short break. Back after this here on 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go YouTube here on 92.9 FM.
J&T Plumbing and Heating in Hubbard has served Hardin, Hamilton, and Story counties for over 40 years. With that kind of experience, J&T has the knowledge, technology, and equipment to fix any problem you have and fix it right the first time. Plus, they do it at an affordable price. J&T's professional staff's priority is outstanding service and taking care of their customers' home. That's why the next time you have a need for plumbing, heating, or drain and sewer services, one call does it all. J&T Plumbing and Heating in Hubbard. Online at jntplumbing.com. Is owned and operated by Wink Services.
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GNB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
In Zeering, McCallsburg, St. Anthony, Clemens, and the surrounding rural areas, Minerva Valley Companies is your local provider for internet service, local and long-distance telephone, and digital video, all available from one local provider. At Minerva Valley, they offer fiber to the home, high-speed internet, telephone service, and digital video TV. You pick the programming package and Minerva Valley will give you great service. See why Minerva Valley should be your source for entertainment and internet. Log on to minervavalley.com. Minerva Valley Companies, providing voice, video, and data.
Welcome back, everybody, here to 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports YouTube as West Marshall up 7-0 here at the top of the fifth inning. Geis is having her second at bat of the night here in the fifth inning. She got thrown out going to first in the second. So she's 0 for 1 tonight. Count is quickly at 0-2 as that one was struck off and foul. Aubrey Greenway looking to continue her nice night at the pitcher's mound. Has, I believe, just the one recorded hit, and it was the first at-bat of the night on the leadoff single from Evelyn Carlson. Ever since then, no recorded hits for Roland Story, as they've been pretty quiet tonight. It's been a lot of 3 up and 3 down. It's been all 3 up and 3 down, actually, for Roland Story, so they'll look to get some more girls with some at-bats. This one struck into left field. Left fielder comes up to it, able to just reach quite down and make the grab, as that is Hattie McCollum making the play over in left field. Had a few strikes like that from Roland Story where they're able to make solid contact, but it's popped up just a little bit too much, and it's a little bit more easy for West Marshall to get under it and make the play, and they've done that quite a bit tonight. Made some solid contact, though, but just haven't been able to keep anything down and get on base and try to get Roland Story going so far on the night. Roland Story is a great squad. Comes into this matchup 4-1, third place in the Heart of Iowa Conference. Had only the one loss to Grandview Christian, who's very, very good on the season. As Lauren Krabs is up to bat. Right fielder tonight. Had the fly out in the second inning as she's 0 for 1 tonight. Oh, 2 count delivery. Got away from Greenway that time and goes off low and close to into the dirt. I believe the catcher able to get under it, but for ball 1. Quick update for you as well. West Marshall baseball appears to be up in the fourth inning. 6-1 was the score last time I was able to check. So West Marshall baseball also having a very successful night here in State Center. So we are also streaming that here live on Radio on the Go Sports YouTube. 1-2 count. Got a piece of it again off and foul. Keeps the count at 1-2. So Krabs able to keep her at bat. It's a 1-2 count. Krabs knocks this down the first baseline. It'll get into right field, trying to potentially make the throw, but it wasn't probably going to be there in time anyway, and that is a recorded hit for Roland Story, their second one of the night ever since that leadoff single in the first inning from Carlson. So with just 1 out, Krabs able to rehash, get herself on base with the recorded single. It'll bring up Maddie Berggren. Berggren struck out in her first at-bat in the second inning. Roland Story's trying to potentially get past 3 at-bats and done. They have been 3 up and 3 down in all 4 innings tonight. Trying to get a little bit deeper into the batting order, have themselves a bit of a run, trying to get some girls on base. They don't need it all at once, but they definitely kind of seem to really need some runs, at least here in this 5th inning. 2 would be kind of ideal, and any more would be welcome, but 2 at least for Roland Story to make this a plausible comeback and trying to get themselves back into this game tonight. This one down the middle, off a little to the left side, but in the zone for strike 1. Greenway looking to continue her nice night tonight. That was just the second recorded hit she's given up on the evening so far. Pitch is high and down, and that's going to be fair as it does drop on that third baseline. Throw over to second, and it will be safe. That will be a recorded hit for Maddie Berggren, as it was a diving attempt from the third baseman. There's no way you could credit that as an error, though, for West Marshall. That will be a recorded hit for Berggren. She'll get over to first base. She definitely didn't mean for it to go into that spot. It was kind of served as a bunt almost, really, as it popped up a little bit, but able to knock down and made contact with the third baseman going down the third base line. So it does kind of stay in play and will be fair, as that puts runners on first and second. A nice start here for Roland Story now after the initial leadoff flyout, but back-to-back singles for the Norsemen. This will bring up CeCe Doyle. Doyle had the infield flyout in her first at-bat. Doyle's a nice player with a 333 batting average on the year. This one to get popped up into foul territory and back behind the dugout for strike one. But best spot for Roland Story so far really on the night, with runners on first and second. Just the one recorded out. Lots still in play here for Roland Story. Doyle trying to continue this little streak for the Norse. 0-1 count. This one popped up back behind home plate. Goes for foul ball, an 0-2 count. So back-to-back foul balls makes this an 0-2 count. Greenway trying to keep Roland Story at bay for West Marshall. Greenway takes her time a little bit, getting readjusted. Now she delivers. This one will get slapped down into deep left field. That's going to travel far, and it's gone. Roland Story answers back with a 3-run homer, and the Norse can't answer much better than that. On just one out, Roland Story's CeCe Doyle is able to deliver a 3-run homer and cut into this West Marshall big lead, as Roland Story answers back in a huge way. Can't ask much more from that here in the fifth inning. It's been all 3 up and 3 down for Roland Story in the first, second, third, and fourth. But here in the fifth, back-to-back singles from Lauren Krabs and Maddie Berggren will have Doyle step up and knock down the 3-run homer into deep left field, as it'll bring up Claire Krausman. So she steps up after the 3-run homer. Roland Story has already answered what is required of them here in this inning, but they will gladly take as much more as they can get with just the 1 out. But a lot of momentum now rolling with Roland Story. 2 more innings to try and keep chipping away and potentially take back the lead if they can do so. As it just shows you how quickly a game like this can change. She only had the 1 recorded hit from Evelyn Carlson in the first inning. And then just like that, back-to-back singles and a 3-run homer quickly turns Roland Story back into this ball game just like that. This one's going to get popped up and right in to this shallow fence here for West Marshall. Everybody's out of the way and fine. Makes it a 0-2 count. Roland Story obviously doesn't need it all back in just the 1 inning, but have recorded 3 runs, and they'll gladly take some more progress if they can do so. This one knocked down to the shortstop. It was in the glove and out, as that's going to be an infield error for West Marshall. It was definitely a very makeable play to the shortstop of West Marshall. That's Rachel Randall. So that's going to be a recorded error, and Krausman will reach over to first. So that's 4 at-bats with at least a recorded hit or somebody reaching over and getting on base. 2 singles, a 3-run home run from CeCe Doyle, and now the reach-on error of Claire Krausman.
Now batting to the North, third baseman number 15, Allie Johnson.
This will bring up third baseman Allie Johnson. So I believe we do have a change in the batting order here. It's that first pitch, heavy swing and a miss for strike 1. So I think we did have Mackenzie Peterson take the at-bat initially, unless I potentially misread that. But this is Allie Johnson, not Mackenzie Peterson. So Allie Johnson is at-bat here, 9th in the batting order. So a quick 0-2 count. Runner on first after the reach on air. Got a piece of it and off foul. Keeping her at bat. So Allie Johnson, I believe just a freshman for Roland Story. Still in a nice spot here for the Norse with a runner on first. Just the one out. Takes that pitch. It's off and outside for ball one. Roland Story can feel the momentum shift, obviously, after the three-run homer. And this one, thought it was going to be a solid strike down to left field, but goes off foul. We have no softballs for the umpire to provide to the catcher, so need to get some more balls out in play to kind of keep the game moving progressively. The umpire calling for some balls to keep in his side pocket. Count is 1-2. 7-3 ball game after this one was 7-0 going into this top of the fifth inning. But Roland Story, three-run homer, chipping away at this lead and now has some momentum on their side with one out and a runner on first. Allie Johnson keeping her at bat. This one is going to be popped up into the infield. And it looks like the second baseman is under it and makes the catch, as that is Jenna Randall making the play. So that will be the second out. It'll bring us back to the top of the batting order of Evelyn Carlson.
Center fielder number 14, Evelyn Carlson.
So Evelyn Carlson, she had the first recorded hit of the night on the leadoff single in the top of the first inning, leading off this game. As they swing in maybe got a slight piece of it, but goes for strike one. She flew out into deep, I think it was deep left field in her second at-bat, so she's 1 of 2 tonight. Count is 0-1. Runner on first still with 2 outs. Carlson trying to reach low and get a piece of that, but goes off the fence back behind for strike 2. Count is 0-2. Aubrey Greenway trying to shut down this inning and put West Marshall back into more of a driver's seat. Still have the lead, obviously. Still a four-run gap. A lot of work still for Roland Story to do, but this inning has been not as good as they can probably ask for to try and chip away at this lead. 1-2 pitch on the way, and that's going to be low and outside for ball 2. We choose the count. Runner on first. Greenway will deliver. That will be a nice strike over into left field. Backing up and has it. Nice play there from the left fielder. That's Hattie McCollum making the play. She's made some nice grabs over in left field tonight. And Carlson, another nice strike, but does fly out ultimately to left field and leaves that runner over on first base. But 3 runs here in this inning after 3 recorded hits, including the 2 singles and the 3-run homer. Had the 1 infield error and ends up leaving 1 on. As we move into the bottom of the 5th inning, West Marshall still up 7-3, but Roland Story, a very nice top of the 5th from them, chipping away at this lead. We'll take a quick 30-second break. Back after this here on Radio on the Go Sports on YouTube.
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GMB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
Welcome back, everybody, here to 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go Sports YouTube, as West Marshall is currently up 7-3 here as we reach into the bottom of the 5th inning. A big inning for Roland Story in the top of the 5th. The 3-run home run from CeCe Doyle able to chip away at this lead as West Marshall looks to potentially respond here. As first pitch is a ground ball over to the shortstop, and scooped up and throw was made in time, as that will be Ashton Blood grounding out to the shortstop, as throw was made by Brooklyn Jondal. That'll bring up Riley Randall. Riley Randall is 0 for 1 tonight. She has the recorded walk and struck out in her last at-bat. First pitch finds that left corner for strike one. Nice pitch that time from Schmitz. Just a quick update for you for West Marshall baseball, as they are up 9-1 in the 4th inning. As West Marshall baseball having a successful night so far. Also streaming live here on Radio on the Go Sports YouTube. A swing and a miss that time. Reached low for that one was Randall for strike two. Oh, 2 pitch goes way too high, up for ball one. As Randall lays off. Remember, lots of Randalls in the starting lineup. This is Riley Randall, the catcher tonight for the Trojans. Count is 1-2. Delivers off low past that corner for ball two. It's a good eye there from Riley Randall. Trying to get things going here in the 5th inning. Schmitz takes her time, now delivers, and off far right for ball three. Making a full count. Full count pitch, it's on the way and high, and a good eye there again from Randall as she'll walk over to first. As that'll be her 2nd walk of the night. A pinch runner coming in for West Marshall.
For the catcher, number 13, Sammy Sorson.
It'll be Sammy Sorson.
One down, that brings up third baseman, number 4, Olivia Randall.
This will bring up Olivia Randall at the bat. She's had 2 sacrifice bunts tonight. One of them advancing base runners, the other one able to send a run home, as she has a recorded RBI on the evening. So a really good night from her so far, just kind of doing the dirty work on the sacrifice bunts. Not so much in play this time with just the runner on first and 1 out. So that pitch goes up too high for her ball. They get a 1-1 count. So again, this is Samantha Sorson. Base running is an 8th grader for West Marshall. She's over on first. This one will make contact, popped up into the infield. Base runner will have to come back and tag up on first, and the catch is made for the 2nd out. So an infield fly out for Olivia Randall. This will bring up Elena Frederick, the right fielder. She struck out in her first at-bat, and then she reached on first in her 2nd off of an error in the infield. Frederick will lay off for ball one. Addison Schmitz trying to keep West Marshall at bay here, give Roland Story a chance here in the 6th and 7th inning to cut back or continue to cut away at this lead. It's a 3-run homer, and that in the fifth here for Roland Story has really shifted the momentum a little bit. Still a 4-run lead for West Marshall, but feels like Roland Story's in the driver's seat. There's a nice hit from Frederick, but it's caught in the right field on a line drive, and that will record the 3rd out. So Frederick will fly out over into right field, as that will have no runs and no hits, no errors, and just the 1 left on after the walk from Riley Randall. And we'll leave the runner over on first base. Top of the 6th coming up, Roland Story. Momentum is on their side. Brooklyn Jondal will lead off. It'll be Keely Oberender and Miley Geis will be due up in the top of the 6th inning. Quick break, back after this here on Radio on the Go YouTube and 92.9 FM.
In Zeering, McCallsburg, St. Anthony, Clemens, and the surrounding rural areas, Minerva Valley Companies is your local provider for internet service, local and long-distance telephone, and digital video, all available from one local provider. At Minerva Valley, they offer fiber to the home, high-speed internet, telephone service, and digital video TV. You pick the programming package and Minerva Valley will give you great service. See why Minerva Valley should be your source for entertainment and internet. Log on to minervavalley.com. Minerva Valley Companies, providing voice, video, and data.
You've got goals. You need a plan. Don't waste time or money. At Marshalltown Community College, you get the power to choose. Transfer to a 4-year university or step straight into a career in healthcare or trades. Small classes, caring faculty, real-world experience. Marshalltown Community College. Your future starts now.
Top of the 6th inning here for West Marshall softball. Roland Story leading off with Brooklyn Jondal. It's a 7-3 lead. West Marshall had the 7-0 lead with a 3-run homer by Roland Story in that top of the 5th inning, able to cut away at this lead. Momentum on their side. West Marshall not able to answer anymore in the bottom of the 5th, so Roland Story will try to continue their hot hitting so far and the back end of this game. 0-1 pitch, hesitant on that swing, but lays off, and it is too high for ball one. Good eye that time from Jondal. Greenway trying to continue to pitch this nice game. Obviously, it wasn't obviously great in that 5th inning, but everything since then has been pretty good from Greenway. She's pitched a really nice night, found the zone pretty consistently. It's been hard for Roland Story to get some things going. That second hit, too, in that 5th inning was a little bit weird. It was kind of off and maybe almost kind of felt like a foul, but it stayed in fair territory. It was kind of a diving attempt to try and catch that on a mini pop fly, and I mean the miniest of miniest pop flies down that third baseline. Ended up hitting West Marshall kind of off the leg and stayed fair. It was a weird kind of hit, but it was able to continue the hitting streak, and then the home run after that, able to put Roland Story in kind of a perfect storm, and now they're in a nice spot. Here's a nice drive down the first baseline, and that will get through and it will be recorded as a hit and a leadoff single for Brooklyn Jondal. So Roland Story continues their momentum, and a leadoff single will bring up Keely Oberender. Oberender has struck out both times in her 2 at-bats tonight, so a good chance to get things going for Keely. Keely's the second baseman. .462 batting average, though, for Oberender. So a struggle tonight, but she's been off to a good start on the season so far, and definitely in a great spot to get Roland Story to continue to keep going. 1-0 count. Runner on third, or on the first, excuse me. This one drove past the shortstop. That'll get through for another hit. And back-to-back singles for Roland Story, and they continue to gain off that 3-run homer momentum, and they continue to keep going. They are hot right now. And a runner's now on first and second. Again, remember, too, Roland Story is a great squad. This is not surprising, really, as Roland Story came into this game 4-1, had some good wins, had a tough loss to Grandview Christian, but they were still are the top team in their conference at the heart of Iowa. So it's not surprising that Roland Story's found their groove and are continuing to find some singles here and have runners on first and second. I think we're having a brief stoppage in time here. I think we're having a discussion about a pinch runner. So I believe a courtesy runner is coming in for Roland Story on first base. Should already be there.
Now batting for the North, pitcher number 22, Miley Geis.
So this is Miley Geis. Geis is going to pop this back behind home plate in foul territory. And it looks like I might have a number for you here on the courtesy runner for Roland Story. I believe this is number 28 for the Norseman. As Geis awaits for the second pitch. We'll take that one, but it's in the zone in a quick 0-2 count. So I believe this is Riley Hodenfield, base running on first base. courtesy running for that single for Keely Oberender. 0-2 count is way off to the right side. Good cover, though, by the catcher of Riley Randall. It's also kind of cool to notice all the Randalls are in number order. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are the numbers of all the Randalls for West Marshall. This one's struck down. Throw over to third. Will be there in time. And that will have the first out on the fielder's choice. So Miley Geis will reach over to first on the fielder's choice. It is not a recorded hit for her. So puts Roland Story in the same spot now with one out with runners on first and second. So good work there from the infield of West Marshall, keeping a base runner off of prime scoring position at third base. Now with the one out, this will bring up Lauren Krabs. We do have another courtesy runner for Roland Story. This will be number 4. So we'll get we do have to go to a different section here just to get the name for you here real quick. Oh, it's... Actually, I don't have a recorded name for you, unfortunately, for Roland Story. I believe this is number 4, but I actually don't have a number 4 listed on my roster. Yep, it is number 4. Sorry, I do not actually don't have a number 4 for you on my roster. So we do have just a courtesy runner for Roland Story. An 0-1 count, runners on first and second. Laid off that time, goes for ball 1. This is Lauren Krabs over in right field tonight. She has the single in last inning in the 5th, so she's 1 of 2 tonight. One delivery, hit back foul, a little over my head for a 1-2 count. So 1-2 count, runners on first and second. Greenway just trying to keep this as scoreless as she possibly can, trying to salvage this inning. As that one found that top left corner, or maybe just off to the side, but found the zone for strike 3. That's a big strikeout for Greenway and makes it 2 down. It will bring up Maddie Berggren. Berggren's 1 of 2 tonight as well. Struck out in her first at bat and a single in the second. So Berggren up to the plate, left-handed hitter. Runners on first and second. Pitch is going to be low, but finds that bottom shelf in the zone for strike 1. Nice pitch that time from Greenway. Roland Story obviously doesn't have much time to work with here. Had a hot start to this inning. Had a great 5th inning, but still needs runs. Here's a swing and got maybe just a tiny piece of that, but goes for strike 2. Roland Story desperately needs runs. They don't need it all here in this 6th inning, but would like at least 2 to make it manageable and plausible, keep their confidence up. There's a contact off to the dugout of West Marshall and goes foul. 4 runs is doable in just 1 inning, potentially in the 7th, but with runners already on base on first and second, Roland Story wants to send these girls home, keep the momentum on their side, and put a lot of pressure on West Marshall in the 6th. Greenway delivers. This one tipped off and foul. And keeps the count at 0-2, but Berggren is able to keep her at bat. Oh, 2 count. Runners on first and second. Big at bat for Roland Story. Want to keep this momentum going. Down by 4. Berggren got a piece of it. Goes off foul. It's an 0-2 count. A lot of fouls, but Berggren able to keep her at bat, keep this out alive. Trying to get on base any way she can, keep this inning going. Berggren, good eye that time, lets this one fall past the left corner and goes for ball 1. Count is 1-2. Feel a lot of pressure here for Roland Story to keep this inning going and trying to cut away at this lead. Heavy pitch up high and a nice strikeout there from Greenway as Berggren stayed in that at-bat for as long as she could, but ultimately Greenway will strike her out. Back-to-back strikeouts from Aubrey Greenway as that halts Roland Story's momentum here in the top of the 6th inning. Overall, no runs, but off of 2 recorded hits. No errors, and 2 end up being left on for Roland Story. Those are 2 big leave-ons for Roland Story. Those are 2 runs that definitely could have improved their chances greatly going into that 7th inning. But now Roland Story will have to, at minimum, score 4 runs in the 7th to try and keep this game going if they want to try and come out the victors here tonight. West Marshall could be their last at-bats here in the bottom of the 6th, as they will start with the top of the order. So a good spot here for the Trojans to maybe add on to their lead. Hattie McCollum, Rachel Randall, and Jenna Randall will all have their guaranteed at-bats here in the 6th inning. Obviously, if we go into the 7th and Roland Story doesn't answer, tie, or take the lead, this will be the last at-bats of the night for West Marshall. So we'll see how this 6th inning goes. If they can add on to this lead, make it more difficult for the Norsemen in the 7th. As I mentioned just earlier, Hattie McCollum will be leading off. For those of you wondering, it is a big lead for West Marshall, and I believe the game has wrapped up for West Marshall as they had a sizable lead for baseball, by the way. They called the batter out. So that one was... Sorry, I have my headphones on here, so I can't necessarily hear what the umpire is saying at all times, but I believe it was some sort of mistake. Sometimes, obviously, in softball, they do that kind of run-up in the batter's box for those hits, and I think she maybe stepped outside the box before she made contact, so the runner is going to be called out of Hattie McCollum. I don't know how to record that in my stat sheet, I'll be honest with you. So I'll just say she was recorded out. We'll say a batter's error. I don't know. I'm sure some people would know. I don't. But it is one recorded out, as this will bring up Rachel Randall. Lays off that one off for ball 2. But as I was saying, West Marshall baseball does win tonight. 13-1, I believe, final score. Yes, 13-1 was the final score for West Marshall baseball as they are wrapped up. As that went to just 5 innings. As West Marshall baseball, a lot of expectations for them this year. Same here with softball, obviously, as they're off to a hot start, 6-2. Second place in the Heart of Iowa Conference, taking on one of their more better rivals of Roland Story. Also part of the Heart of Iowa Conference. Here's a 3-0 count, laid off that one, but does find the zone for strike 1. As Schmidt's able to keep this on an at-bat, as Rachel Randall has the 2 RBI single tonight. She's 1 of 2 with the walk. This one low into the dirt, an easy take that time for Rachel Randall. She walks over to first. This will bring up Jenna Randall. If you're potentially joining us late, if you were maybe with us for West Marshall baseball here on Radio on the Go, YouTube, thanks for tuning in here to West Marshall softball. We may have some spectators making their way over here to softball as well from West Marshall baseball, as they might start to file in here relatively soon. As both West Marshall at home here tonight from State Center. 1-0 count, laid off that pitch of Jenna Randall. Jenna Randall. As Rachel Randall did a walk over to first. Forgot to write that down there for a hot second. This pitch is high, just a tad high for ball 2. That maybe could have potentially found the zone, but Jenna Randall had the bunt that kind of popped up and was caught for the out. She had the 3-run homer, though, tonight. The big 3-run homer for West Marshall in that second inning, able to really start the momentum of West Marshall, just coming off of the 2 RBI single from Rachel Randall. So that combo proved to be very useful tonight as the count's 2-2. She also had a single in her last at-bat, so a really nice night from Jenna Randall. This one's going to get popped up into deep left field and will be caught from the left fielder of Roland Story. That is Cece Doyle. She'll make the grab. So that is the second out as Jenna Randall flies out to left field. This will bring up Kaylin Brown. Kaylin Brown, the first baseman. No recorded hit tonight for Brown. She struggled a little bit at the plate. Struck out and has flew out twice. This one's going to get popped up and into the infield, and it's going to be the throw over to first and will not be in time. She'll be safe over at first, and we'll have the runner go over to third. And that is a nice job from Kaylin Brown. I think that's going to probably get recorded as a hit. Didn't really seem like there was much error on that play itself. Just kind of landed in that dead zone for Kaylin Brown, but got kind of popped up a little bit. Thought it was going to be a little bit quicker on that throw over to first, but Brown is able to make it in time and advances the runner over to third base. So a good at-bat for Brown. Will record herself a single and moves, I believe, Rachel Randall over to third base. So this will bring up Aubrey Greenway. Greenway will pop this back up over home plate. Oh, my God. Trying to catch that foul ball. You got to be careful if you're in the spectators area. If you're trying to catch a foul ball, just make sure that you're confident in your abilities, I guess, is a nice way to put it. Able to catch a foul ball. Don't want to misjudge something and potentially hurt yourself. Here's the steal attempt from first to second. And smart there from Roland Story to not kind of overdo that. Just kind of threw it to the shortstop that came in roughly and just making sure that third base runner was at bay. So that advances runners over to second and third. 0-2 count. That is a good eye from Greenway. She lays off for ball one. West Marshall not in a dire need to put any more runs on the board, but sending some more runs home would surely kind of lock this up. Still, Roland Story has a chance in that seventh inning, but it'd be a tall ask if West Marshall could send any more runs home here. And Greenway laid off that pitch, and a little hesitant maybe, but that goes out for Greenway as she will strike out. That's her second strikeout of the night. And Schmitz able to strike out another batter tonight. She's had overall a pretty decent night, just obviously a few rough patches, but overall she's been able to salvage this game as much as she can. As West Marshall will have no recorded runs, did have the one base hit. Just kind of double checking what I wrote down there. That's right, we had that weird kind of incident from McCollum as she got called out after her hit, but was not a recorded hit. So just the one recorded hit. No errors, I believe. Yeah, no errors, and just the one left on at third base for West Marshall. So score will stay 7-3. We go into the top of the seventh. Roland Story's last chance to either tie this up or take the lead here in this ball game tonight. Had a bit of a hot streak in that fifth inning and continued some nice hitting in the sixth. Not able to record any runs, though, so they'll need a lot here in the seventh. They'll go 7, 8, 9. In the batting order. Quick 30-second break. Back for the seventh inning here on 92.9 FM and Radio on the Go YouTube.
My family grew up with Central State Bank. From my first savings account to our first mortgage, growing a business, and planning for retirement. They've been with us through it all. And just like family, they call you by name. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you.
I lied to you. We're back here in 15 seconds. Apologies about lying to you, but I'm sure you'll forgive me of being a little bit short of a break than you anticipated. But we are here at the top of the seventh. Roland Story in dire need of some runs. This first pitch is popped up into foul territory, and West Marshall is over and it makes the catch for the first out. So that was a quick at-bat. That was Cece Doyle. She had the 3-run homer, so can't be too harsh on her for that at-bat. And she will fly out into foul territory. She had that 3-run homer to kick things off in that fifth inning, as this will bring up Claire Krausman, 8th grader for Roland Story. Remember, they're going 7, 8, 9 in the batting order, which depends on how you look at it. If you can get some progress from the bottom of your order, it brings up the top of the order into some scoring positions and can actually be a pretty good way be in a pretty good position. Here's Krausman. She knocks this over into center field. It won't be able to get far enough, though, and the center fielder will be under it and makes the grab for West Marshall. That is center fielder of Ashton Blood making the catch. So Krausman, solid contact there, but ultimately flies out into center field. So a quick 2 up and 2 down here for Roland Story. As their back's against the wall now, it will be another sub in on a runner. So, yeah, I think we had a couple of batters tonight at that 9 position for Roland Story. This will be,
number 18, Jenna Berkland.
yeah, this will be number 18, Jenna Berkland. So I believe we had Mackenzie Peterson start off at the 9th spot in the batting order. Then we had Allie Johnson in an at-bat. So Peterson struck out. Johnson had an infield fly out. And now we have Jenna Berkland with her first at-bat of the night. Could potentially be the last bat of the evening with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th with West Marshall on top 7-3. So Roland Story needs everything and more now with 2 outs. No mistakes can be made. As this one struck down, this will get down. That will be a recorded single. So Roland Story stays alive. And the only at-bat of the night for Berkland is successful as she records a single. So that will keep Roland Story alive, and we'll go back to the top of the order with Evelyn Carlson. You'll have Brooklyn Jondal due up as well. We'll have a pinch runner as well. Courtesy running is Allie Johnson, who had the last at-bat at that 9th spot in the batting order. So Allie Johnson's base running over on first for Roland Story. They need a lot more girls on base. Loaded bases would be a potential game-tying situation if you had a grand slam, obviously, with a score of 7-3, down by 4. So bases kind of need to be loaded, or you kind of just catch my drift here. There's going to be some more progress made here from Roland Story. First pitch is in the zone, lays off for strike 1. Evelyn Carlson takes a minute, recollects herself, now back into the box. Counts 0-1. Carlson heavy swing that time, can't make contact for strike 2. It's a tough spot here for Roland Story. Obviously, down by 4 runs, now in an 0-2 count, runner on first with 2 down. Aubrey Greenway trying to finish this game off, goes into that right corner and off for ball 1. Greenway's pitched a pretty good game. She had that rough spot in the 5th inning. Gave up a couple of hits in that 6th inning, but was able to bounce back, had back-to-back strikeouts to close out that 6th inning and keep Roland Story at bay. She'll look to close it out here tonight. 1-2 count. Carlson knocks this over into deep center field. This is going to travel. This is going to travel. This is gone. Roland Story, a 2-run homer from Evelyn Carlson. It will knock in 2 runs, so hold your breath, folks. Roland Story not out of this yet. That's a 2-run shot from Evelyn Carlson. And it's a 7-5 ball game now. So Carlson, a 2-run homer, keeps this game alive. It's still with 2 outs, but Brooklyn Jondal is up to bat. She is the shortstop. She's got 1 recorded hit in her last at-bat. She had back-to-back ground outs, but then found a base hit. She'll look to keep things going. Jondal got a piece of it, but went back behind home plate a bit and goes off foul. So Roland Story in a big spot now with just 2 runs to keep this game alive. They need 2 at least. Any more, obviously, would put the pressure on West Marshall to keep the game alive. But 2 runs is all they're worried about right now. Jondal just looking to get on base any way she can. It's an 0-1 count. Greenway back at the mound, trying to close this game off. This is going to be struck over into deep right field, but often foul for strike 2. Scoreboard says an 0-2 count. I think it might be a 1-2 count, though, potentially. But either way, one strike away for West Marshall to try and close this game off. Roland Story trying to rally late. Pitch is going to be struck down. That will get down. That's a single. And she'll round. She'll go over to second. She's going to slide into second. Nope, she'll just stay on her feet. But that's going to be a recorded double for Brooklyn Jondal. And Roland Story, what a late rally here in the 7th inning. And ever since really the 5th inning, they've been able to come back and make this a tough closeout for West Marshall as Roland Story finds a way to keep themselves alive. Jondal is on second. It will bring up Keely Oberender. She will be the tying run. Will have to be the tying run with 2 outs. So Oberender has 2 recorded strikeouts on the night, but she also has the single. She's 1 of 3 on the evening. And Jondal gets into scoring position just like that, but it will have to be Oberender to be the tying run. Jondal on second, a double from Jondal after the 2-run homer shot from Evelyn Carlson. The single from number 18 of Roland Story, of Jenna Birkland. That was her first at-bat of the night. She knocks it over into right field, records the single, gets on base. Evelyn Carlson knocks home a 2-run homer, and now a double from Brooklyn Jondal makes Keely Oberender the tying run here at bat. 0-1 count. This one high off the right corner for ball 1. Roland Story has scored 5 unanswered runs, by the way, starting in the 5th inning. 1-1 count. This one is popped up into center field. West Marshall will have to be under it. They will, and it will be caught for the 3rd out. Roland Story rallies late, but ultimately is held at bay, and West Marshall will walk out as the victors here tonight. But what a valiant effort and a great rally, starting in the 5th inning from that 3-run homer from C.C. Doyle. You had the back-to-back hits, and the 6 ultimately ended up with no runs, but then the single from Roland Story's Jenna Birkland, a 2-run homer shot from Evelyn Carlson, a double from Brooklyn Jondal, but ends up staying on second and left on, as this will go for 2 runs. Had the 3 recorded hits actually, no errors, and the 1 left on, as West Marshall walks out as the victors tonight. Didn't come easy, though. 7-5 your final score. We'll take a short break. Back after this, and we will wrap it up for you here on RadioOnTheGo.com and 92.9 FM.
Hi, this is Chris from Partner Communications. Did you know we now offer electrical services? Whether you're looking to change out a few lights within the home or wiring a whole new house, Partner can get it done. Master electrician Jeff Campbell will come to your home and provide you with a free estimate. Residential, agricultural, or commercial, let our courteous professional technicians complete your electrical projects. Call our office today, 641-498-7701.
J&T Plumbing and Heating in Hubbard has served Hardin, Hamilton, and Story counties for over 40 years. With that kind of experience, J&T has the knowledge, technology, and equipment to fix any problem you have and fix it right the first time. Plus, they do it at an affordable price. J&T's professional staff's priority is outstanding service and taking care of their customers' home. That's why the next time you have a need for plumbing, heating, or drain and sewer services, one call does it all. J&T Plumbing and Heating in Hubbard. Online at jntplumbing.com. Is owned and operated by Wink Services.
Welcome back, everybody, here to 92.9 FM and Radio On The Go YouTube. We are kind of testing out our YouTube now as we are with Radio On The Go Sports. So a big thank you to everybody tuning in here on the YouTube page and watching live here with West Marshall softball. A tough victory here tonight. It started off really hot for West Marshall. It seemed like they were maybe going to cruise into potentially an easier victory than they might have thought. It was a 7-0 game for West Marshall. It was after the 3rd inning was 7-0. As you had the 2 RBI single from Rachel Randall, the 3-run homer from Jenna Randall. 3rd inning went well as you had the double from Aubrey Greenway. You had a couple of reach-off of errors. You had the sacrifice from Olivia Randall, able to send in an RBI. And then I believe an infield error was able to have another run sent home. And then fourth and fifth inning kind of went a little bit flat for West Marshall, but Roland Story able to kind of rally really late in that fifth inning. They were able to get a couple of singles down, and then a 3-run homer from C.C. Doyle was able to really start off this game for Roland Story, and able to kind of fizzle out after that. But then back-to-back hits in the sixth inning, ultimately ended up going for no runs, but give a lot of credit to Aubrey Greenway. She had back-to-back strikeouts in the back of that sixth inning, able to keep Roland Story at bay. And those are pretty crucial strikeouts, too, because if Roland Story was able to keep their momentum going, maybe got a couple of runs, got some more hits, this could be a different result or different ball game at the end of the night. So give Greenway some credit with those back-to-back strikeouts. But then it was the seventh inning, needed to tie it up, was down by 4. Back-to-back flyouts from Roland Story, but what a crucial hit from Jenna Birkland, the freshman junior for Roland Story. But it was our first at-bat of the night, and in that 9 spot, and she was able to step in, knocked it over into shallow right field, recorded the hit, and then Evelyn Carlson stepped up to the plate with a 2-run home run shot, making this a 7-5 game. Then the double from Brooklyn Jondal kept the momentum going, but obviously with the 2 outs, they had to be mistake-free, and Keely Oberender had a good contact shot, but ends up knocking it into center field and was caught for the final out as West Marshall holds on tonight for the victory, 7-5. They knew this was going to be a tough game, maybe just kind of went not particularly the way that they thought or maybe wanted. Obviously, they come out with the result that they were expecting with a win tonight against one of their rivals in Roland Story, but obviously they maybe want a little bit of a better finish to the matchup after starting so hot. They want to maybe be able to count in some runs or just kind of sharpen up their defense a little bit to avoid potential anything like that potentially happening in the future. But we're still very early, obviously, into the season. West Marshall gets another win in their win column as they improved to 7-2 on the year. Roland Story now at 4-2. Got to keep in mind, though, Roland Story, these are losses to the 2 top teams in the Heart of Iowa Conference, and 2 very good teams with Grandview Christian and West Marshall, as Grandview Christian at 5-0 in conference play, 7-1 overall, and West Marshall just right behind Grandview Christian in that record and conference record-wise. They will face off, obviously, later on in the season. I'm not sure if we're going to be covering one of those matchups. I'd have to double-check, but they'll be playing pretty soon. They'll be playing June 9th, which I believe will be next Monday. Or no, that's next Tuesday, sorry. Next Tuesday, West Marshall and Grandview Christian will face off as they'll be back at home here against Grandview Christian. So that'll be a big game to look forward to. But make sure to check out our entire softball and baseball schedule on our website at kdao.com. You can check that out anytime for all of our local area teams that we will be covering down the road. Big reminder, though, for Grundy Center Glabrick Rhinebeck soccer fans, they will have their regional final tomorrow. That will be back here on the radio on 92.9 FM. You can listen to that starting at 7 o'clock as they take on Iowa Falls Alden. I will be on the call and have coverage of that for you tomorrow, as you can listen to that here on 92.9 FM and listen on our website at kdao.com. Best of luck to Grundy Center Glabrick Rhinebeck tomorrow in girls soccer. That'll wrap up our matchup here tonight. Both victories for West Marshall baseball and softball. I believe baseball won 13-1 in 5 innings. West Marshall wins here tonight after 7-5 final score here from State Center. I'm Austin Johansson saying goodnight here from State Center here on Radio on the Go YouTube and 92.9 FM.
Tonight's game was made possible by GNB Bank, Minerva Valley Companies, Marshalltown Community College, Central State Bank, Partner Communications, J&T Plumbing and Heating. This has been a special sports presentation of KDAO.